Do you still feel stuck at an intermediate English? Let's talk about 7 do's and don'ts of learning English. I'm Dasha, an English teacher, a linguist, a Harvard student now, and just a lifelong English learner. Watch until the end to get a free 7-day English learning challenge that will help you go through everything that we learned today. Let's start with the first. Don't be afraid of making mistakes, and do use mistakes to grow, right? So when I taught my students, I would often write down their mistakes during classes, and then at the end of the class, we would walk through all of their mistakes, and I wouldn't tell them where exactly the mistake is. They would need to look at the sentence, find the mistake, correct it, and explain why that was a mistake. This is what I suggest you to do as well. Don't think that mistakes is something you can't ever do, okay? Think of mistakes as something that you can use to improve your language in the future, okay? If you do everything perfectly, you're not really gonna know what to do next with your studies. So analyze your mistakes, maybe ask a teacher to help you, or someone you know who knows English very well, or even AI can help with that. And ask to find your most common mistakes, maybe in writing, maybe in speaking, and then work on them, right? Next, don't be ashamed of your accent. Do focus on clarity and not perfection, right? So it is very common when English learners start thinking about accents instead of their actual clarity of pronunciation. A lot of people get worried that people will hear their accent and they will think that something is wrong with them, that they're dumb, but that's not exactly true. A lot of people here ask me where I'm from because I have a little bit of an accent, and they don't do it just to be mean. They do it because they're just actually curious, and then they ask follow-up questions. They're very nice about it. No one thinks I'm stupid just because I have an accent. The main part here is to be able to speak clearly. So every sound you make sure that it's clear to hear and that you make correct, forgot the word, mistakes, and that you make correct stresses on syllables. That is the most important part of pronouncing words correctly, not your accent. Your accent is a part of you. I actually love my accent. I don't really want it to go away. Next, don't expect to be fluent in 1 to 2 months. Do set long-term goals and track progress. I've seen a lot of courses online that go by something like learn English in 1 month with us, or start speaking fluently in 16 weeks. And that's not really possible unless you spend 5 hours every day studying English. Most people don't have that time, okay? So don't think that you are stupid just because it takes you several years to learn a language, okay? Or even more. I only started speaking English fluently after I learned it for like, I don't know, 8 years? Yeah, something like that. Even more probably. If we're speaking about fluently, I only became fluent in English after like 10 years of learning it, right? So set your goals. Think about what exactly you want to achieve, how much time you're willing to allot to this goal, and track your progress, okay? If you're doing everything you told yourself to do, like if you're doing 2 hours a week, or if you're doing 20 minutes every day and you keep doing it, you'll see that progress. It might not be in 2 months, but it will be there, okay? So keep doing what you're doing. Have certain goals, have certain milestones, but don't expect to be fluent in 1 to 2 months. Number 4, don't rely on textbooks or teachers. Do learn through your interests. While yes, classroom experience is important, you can't learn everything through textbooks or teachers. If you want to use it in real life, it needs to be something that you actually enjoy doing in real life. If you enjoy traveling, watch some YouTube channels on traveling or in other social media. Or maybe if you have the means, go travel, talk there, use that language there. It doesn't matter what exactly you're doing as long as you're doing it in English. For example, I was not really great at English until I was about 13 years old. And I remember that age. It's because that is when I started watching Vampire Diaries. And I remember in the summer, I watched all three seasons of Vampire Diaries. And I really wanted to watch the fourth season really, really badly, but it was just coming out one episode every week. So the easiest way I could find to watch it the quickest was in English, because the episodes in English would air right the next day, but they wouldn't be there in my native language for about a week. So I just started watching it in English with subtitles, and yes, it was hard at first, but that is what helped me. And then after that, I started watching more and more TV shows, more and more movies, listening to songs, reading books, everything in English. But be careful with this advice. It's because we'll follow with the next. Don't keep all your learning input only. Do create output every time. So input is listening and reading, so something you get into you, right? But then output is something you produce, like speaking or writing. For example, if you are watching something, try to talk to yourself about it after that, like retell what happened in the episode, or write the plot of what happened in the episode. Also, write your to-do lists, goals, anything you want in English. Change your phone into English. Find a friend online or talk to AI in English. So you can do so many things in English. Just make sure that you actually produce the language, not just take the language in. That's very important. Then, number 6, don't memorize random vocabulary lists. Do learn words in context. Here's why this is important. If you just memorize a list of 1,000 most common words or a list of 100 most useful verbs, yes, you're gonna know the meaning of the verbs, but you won't really know how to use them in sentences and in your own speech. That is why try to find different examples of those words being used. Try to find collocations, which means like phrases that they're usually in, like what usually comes with them, what words can you use with them, and what grammar do you usually use those words in. One tip can be going into Google, put it in your word. For example, let's think about word book. So you go into Google and you put book in there, then you go into news tab, and there you can see a bunch of sentences that were released not that long ago on news. You'll see either titles or the text itself that will use the word book. That is a good way to find how a specific word is used in sentences now. Also, after you do that, try to create your own sentences with these words. And the last one, number 7, don't compare yourself to others. Do compare yourself to your past self. So, for example, what I mean by that is don't try to do the same things as someone else did, and don't try to have the same fast progress as someone else did. Instead, look at your own pace and look at what you can do and how you can improve based on what you already did. For example, if try to write a story or speak on some topic into a microphone, and then record it, and then do the same thing in 2 months, and then compare 2 recordings or 2 texts that you wrote, and then see how you improved. See what else can be done. Okay, this is how you work with your past self. Right? These are the strategies that helped me achieve English fluency. try to follow them and you'll see results soon enough. I also created a free document for you, a 7-day English challenge, where you'll be able to write your English goals, reflect on them, and then also learn some very common English phrasal verbs and English phrases. And you'll also see examples with them, learn them on Quizlet, and write your own examples for them. I'll also include a little listening task and a little speaking task so that you can reflect on them in the future. It's completely free. The link is in the description below. Get it and let me know in the comments if it helped you at all and if you enjoyed doing it. And I'll see you next time when I'll be discussing 10 most common grammar mistakes, why people make them, and how to stop making them. See you next time. Thank you for watching.